In 2010, America's wind industry grew by 14%. This morning, we're taking a look at where Oregon ranks on the wind energy scale. We're joined now by the CEO of the American Wind Energy Association, Denise Bodie. Good morning, Denise. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, Holly. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
We're doing great. We've got great news to report about one of the fastest growing manufacturing sectors as well.
Great. Well, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, tell us, where are the largest wind projects located?
Actually, Oregon does rank, I think, in the top 10 in terms of some of the largest wind projects. This last year, though, the top project was in Roscoe, Texas, with over 748 megawatts, which is a very large producing generator. And of course, it does that without using any water or polluting the air, so it's way cool.
Wow. Now, how does wind energy compare with other clean energy resources? You kind of just mentioned one example right there.
It is the cleanest, really, because we use no water. With some of the very serious questions about energy production and generation that we've seen in the last year, wind is really one of those solutions because, as you mentioned, we grew significantly this year. We added 25% of all new generation in the country this year, and over the last 4 years we've added over 35%, and that is really the top adds along with natural gas of new generation in the country. In looking at the 35%, that's twice as much as new coal or nuclear have added in the same period of time. So we're real excited about the opportunities for building new wind generation, but also insourcing some of the manufacturing facilities to the U.S. And you also have a tremendous amount of manufacturing in Oregon with 7 manufacturing facilities.
Okay, now that's something I didn't know. So 7 manufacturing facilities in the state of Oregon.
Absolutely, and you're employing over 3,000 people in the wind industry, and that's really, those are long-term sustainable jobs. I mean, with wind, you're not only, there's this virtuous cycle. As you add more demand for wind, you attract the manufacturing because it has to be built close to where you have all these big parts and 8,000 component parts, and they're very big. And so you bring the manufacturing to the wind farm, and that creates lots of jobs. In 5 years' time, Holly, we've gone from like 20% of our parts being manufactured in the United States to over 50%. That's an amazing growth, and so it makes us one of the fastest growing manufacturing sectors in the country and one of the bright spots in the economy. And those jobs are long-term sustainable jobs.
And that's one way to secure wind energy's future and America's future too, is with those sustainable jobs.
Absolutely, and there's really very few other areas, manufacturing sectors, that are actually growing. Most of them are outsourcing. We're insourcing.
Well, Denise, thanks so much, and thanks for joining us this morning for all that useful information too. It's great to see where Oregon ranks in the big picture too.
Thanks.
You're welcome. For more information on this report, just go to KEZI.com and click on news links there.